Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about apparently some bad news for Joe Gorga, who is going off on a tenant who allegedly did not pay rent for 4 years. In this video, it's not a good look for Joe. Let's just say that. It's never a good look when you're on a rant, you're upset, and someone's recording you, right? Well, TMZ, they got the footage, they posted it, and it's so bad. Guys, we played this on Hot Messy Topics, but just in case you didn't make it for the live, I wanted to play it again. Not play it again, but I wanted to talk about it, recap it, mention it all. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Joe Gorga got into a screaming match this past Thursday with a tenant who allegedly has not paid rent in 4 years. And I'm bleeping out because he's the one who said 4 years. And footage obtained by TMZ. And of course they sold it to TMZ because they have to pay the rent. So what else are they going to do? They're like, no, we're going to make sure that we monetize off of this. The reality star argued with the tenant while they both sat in their respective cars in a parking lot. Within a few seconds, Gorga got out of his car and approached the tenant's car. Now, the Real Housewives of New Jersey star, he literally hurled various profanities, calling the tenant a fucking loser. A fucking loser. 4 years. Gorga then screamed, "You had nowhere to live, and I gave you a house." A lot of F-bombs were being dropped in this video. Again, if you haven't seen it, you can go to All About the Real Housewives, All About TRH on Instagram, or you can just go check it out on TMZ because they have the video. Gorga then screamed, "You had nowhere to live." Again, for 4 years, I gave you a house. The tenant also yelled at Gorga, claiming that he only owes rent from January until the present day due to the state of New Jersey's pandemic relief. Loser, pay your rent, a-hole. That's what he responded with. And those were words coming from Joe Gorga. "Call me daddy, motherfucker, because I've been supporting you for 4.5 years. The reality star then accused the renter of selling drugs in his building, which the tenant denied. I mean, this is bad. It's bad on the tenant and it's bad on Joe Gorga because the tenant, Joe Gorga, like he was the one who called out the tenant, but the tenant was the one who obviously gave this footage because it's coming from his phone. He's the one who gave it to TMZ, which obviously is not a good look. Altogether, Joe, it's not a good look. And the tenant selling it to TMZ, he's like, "I'm going to pay my rent now, fool." The tenant continued to dismiss the claims that he owes the Gorga Guide to Success author years of rent, saying that Gorga must have spent money on other shit. The renter further alleged that his landlord came at him with a sledgehammer. What are you going to do with the sledgehammer? Although Gorga did not appear to be holding a tool in the video. But if you're going to come at him with a sledgehammer, what are you going to bust his window? That way he has another thing to pay for. And the thing is like you can't, there's an old saying that you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, right? If he doesn't have the money, what are you going to sue him? You're not, if there's no money to be had, what are you going to do? The confrontation ended with the resident saying that he planned to call the cops and get a restraining order against Gorga before driving away. Now, Gorga's lawyer told TMZ that the tenant owes him $50,000 in unpaid rent. And while Gorga did receive nearly $40,000 from the state, well, technically the pandemic rental assistance program, the unpaid rent allegedly dates back to October of 2018. Now, obviously, Joe Gorga's rep and attorney did not immediately respond to Page Six's request for comment. And I'm sure they'll come up with like a savvy way to respond to this. But my question is like, I'm playing devil's advocate here and I'm trying to go based off of theories. What could have really went wrong here? If this person was living in your house for 4 years, we did Hot Messy Topics this morning with Larger Curves, and she even said this program lasted 2 years. So 2 out of the 4 years, did Joe Gorga have a soft spot? Were you trying to make sure that whoever this person is, and maybe if he has a family, that they had a roof over, like their head, and you didn't want to kick them out? What went wrong? Something obviously went wrong here. So were you giving them too much, and then all of a sudden it came back to bite you in the ass? Were you, like trying to get a hold of him for the last 2 years? And every time you would show up to the property, nobody was answering the door, because then can you necessarily enter the property? But I always thought that due to contracts, landlords can enter the property whenever they want. But I could be wrong with this. I don't necessarily know. Like, mind you, I have said this time and time again, Jason and I did real estate in Los Angeles. I didn't love it. I wasn't great at it. I wouldn't claim to be great at it. But my thing here is, for Joe Gorga, you are the public figure. This was a moment where you got caught on camera, and I'm sure it's going to play out. And of course, they're going to address it at the reunion or on Watch What Happens Live or even on the show. It shows that he is aggressive. It shows that he's angry. And some people, and I'm reading social media, so I'm trying to go with both sides here. I'm seeing some people on social media say, you know what? He owed him rent for fucking, 4 years. I was trying to bleep out the fucking, but I apparently bleeped out the 4. But 4 years, I can understand your frustrations, but does it mean that you get to scream at somebody and scream profanities? And was this person baiting you, and that's why they were recording? I never trust the person who's recording the situation, because 9 times out of 10, we don't see what they did in order to provoke the situation. But maybe he didn't do anything. I'm not saying that this person's a bad person either. At the end of the day, we've seen Melissa and Joe go through some ups and downs. Teresa Giudice is probably sitting back ecstatic right now, especially after everything Joe has said about Teresa and Louis and their relationship, and the fact that Melissa Gorga wasn't asked to be a bridesmaid. There was a whole lot of mess here, and I just want to hear your guys' unfiltered opinions about it. So with that, you guys know exactly what I asked for. Go ahead and comment below with your unfiltered opinions. And before you go, a lot of people, at least I'm looking at my DMs. I just looked at them 5 minutes ago. At least 22 people have messaged me, and they're like, Adam, I can't join memberships. We want to see the behind the scenes and everything that happened in Salt Lake City. If you want to join the memberships, we're waiting for the mobile link to be, I guess, processed and approved by YouTube. And YouTube is amazing. We love YouTube. But at the end of the day, it takes some time. It takes anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. So if you guys have a computer, log into that computer, go to my main page and click join. We love you guys. We can't wait to have you guys as new members. Not only do you get behind the scenes content, we're doing members only lives, and we're also doing badges and icons and emojis that come with that. If you guys can't join it, I completely understand. The great thing is you're not missing anything that we already put out. You still get the lives, the live recaps, and the pre-records. So don't worry, don't stress about it. I know gas prices and there are a lot of things that are really high right now. We still love you guys. You're still so much a part of the Addams family. Regardless, this is just a way to help contribute to the channel and make it grow. We want to give you guys some behind the scenes, and that's exactly what we're doing. Love you guys so much. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.